the Braves, but this time the franchise was located in Atlanta. Jay rang up a record of 99 wins and 91 losses with an ERA of 3.77, was one strikeout away from 1,000 for his career. The right-hander was a switch hitter and helped his own cause by hitting 2 home runs during his career, both coming in 1962 with Cincinnati. Besides being a bonus baby, Joey J is also best remembered as the first Little League player to make it all the way to the major leagues. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 86, and the SXM app.
Reduce the risk at changetheconversation.ca.
CJCL Toronto. Never.
Bucket is good.
Not.
Man, he pulled out the whole package there.
Exciting.
The Raptors are up 16.
We're just getting started. This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
It's the beginning, we just got started.
Growing pains for sure, but a lot of to learn for us. We did some really good stuff. A lot of those guys being for the first time in those situations as well, closing games and understanding, what they need to do and how they need to play there. This is going to be great film for me to study and learn our team as well.
There's Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic after last night's ball game. A tough one for the Raptors as Toronto gave up a 23-point lead in the third quarter. Had a chance to maybe take it at the end of regulation and didn't do so. Had a chance to maybe take it at the end of overtime and unfortunately couldn't do so. So a tough loss for the Raptors, and now on the back-to-back against the New Orleans Pelicans, trying to get back on track down in the Crescent City. It's the Raptors and Pelicans. The tip-off is coming up next on Toronto Raptors basketball, presented by Tangerine Bank, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans, on Sportsnet 590, the Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I just helped Tom with a business loan. He needed to soup up his mechanic shop. Not to brag, but I once modified a car to match my ultra speed. It went so fast, it broke the speed of sound. At least no one was inside. I hope no one was inside. I guess I'll just stick to approving business loans.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Does your furnace have a habit of breaking down as soon as it gets cold outside? And your plans for a relaxing night at home turn cold, along with your toes? Not good. Luckily, a highly trained licensed Intercare technician can get your furnace fixed fast. And what we quote is what you pay. So don't get left out in the cold. And right now, get a free diagnostic checkup, a $99 value. Get your furnace fixed right with Intercare. Terms and conditions apply. Give your home more at intercare.ca.
Ontario is building up our nursing workforce. Since 2018, over 80,000 new nurses have registered to work in Ontario. Last year, we added a record 17,000 new nurses with another 30,000 nursing students in school. We're investing millions in new programs that pay for nurses' education and breaking down barriers so they can get to work sooner. Learn more at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Hi, Nancy here from Speedy Glass. As windshield experts, we know that a small chip can quickly become a big crack. If your windshield is cracked, you need to replace it right away, and now is the best time to do so. For a limited time only, receive a $25 gas gift card by replacing your windshield with one of our certified experts. We'll get you back on the road quickly and with an extra $25 in your pocket. Hurry! This offer ends on March 1st. Visit speedyglass.ca to book an appointment at the service center nearest you. Details and conditions at speedyglass.ca.
Unhibernate. A verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage. I am going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Truck.ca.
.ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Think 2 minute truck, 2 minute truck. .ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, 2 Men in a Truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks. So give us a call today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Good evening, everybody. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting you set for the tip-off between the Pelicans and Raptors, getting set to go at it down in New Orleans as the Raptors roll into this ball game. Fresh off their loss last night, a tough one against the Oklahoma City Thunder as the Raptors dropped it in extra session, Jonesy, unfortunately.
2 extra sessions, and,
double OT, yep.
And that one really hurt, 23-point lead. But as you heard Darko off the top, a chance for growth. You and I have always said it, and I don't think of a better, more crystal clear example than last night. The word development is couched in losing in the NBA. And you take your lumps, you gain your experience from losing, the mistakes that you make, and that turns into wisdom and experience later on. And that's where the Raptors are at right now. And let's see how they bounce back. I will give them credit. As I said last night, you and I were fortunate enough to be on the Raptors Tonight show together on NBA TV Canada. And we both talked about it. I give them credit for bouncing back after just a dreadful game in Houston. And they showed me something last night. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on. See if they can demonstrate that same kind of resiliency tonight, E.
Well, they're going to be in tough against the Pelicans. New Orleans 28-21 this season, having a pretty solid year overall. But I'll be keeping my eyes specifically on former Raptor Jonas Valanciunas. He seems to always play well, Jonesy, against his former team. And hopefully we get a nice little battle of the bigs with Jakob Poeltl and Jonas Valanciunas. I thought Yak looked pretty good last night, at least early on. But I think it's a matter of maybe sustaining it over the course of the full 48 for a couple of factors. Got to stay out of foul trouble. But then if he stays out of foul trouble, that means you can go to him in the fourth. But if you go to him in the fourth, you got to be able to make free throws.
Yeah. And listen, I thought he was really good. It was only his second game back after a long absence. You expect him to be a little bit short on the first one, but boy, he was really good last night.
So we're getting set to get the starting 5 for both teams, as the Raptors and Pelicans are about 2 minutes away, probably maybe less than 2 minutes away from tip-off. The big pyrotechnics and whatnot, and the big video going on the board down in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center. And the back-to-back is always tough, Jonesy, but some cities it's even tougher. I would imagine, I would hope that the players were a little more responsible than I'm sure some of our media and broadcast brethren likely were, getting in late into New Orleans and still wanting to partake in some of the festivities.
The city that never sleeps. Bourbon Street it's the ultimate Jekyll and Hyde. By day, reputable, respectable business district. By night, Sin City is us. So listen, they are staying tonight too. So if you want to get your fix on, win the game tonight, and that'll make it a little bit more, that much sweeter, a little bit more justifiable to be on Bourbon Street tonight. But let's see how the Raptors bounce back, E.
Well, we'll see how it goes tonight for the Toronto Raptors. Again, the road trip continues, to Jonesy's point, as the team stays in town after this ball game, and then getting set for a date later on this week to close out the road trip. But yes, also Jonesy looking to welcome Fred VanVleet back to town at home in Toronto on Friday evening. So this schedule for the Raptors has certainly not been kind. A lot of games coming fast and furious. And this team, unfortunately, heading into tonight, still 15 games below 500. And it was basically a week ago that they were this close against the Atlanta Hawks to be in one game back of the 10th seed.
Yeah, and it just happened so quickly. If you are Toronto, though, again, heeding Darko's words, keep learning, keep working, and see what you can come up with tonight. Maybe they take you for granted. Maybe it's not quite as, they're not quite on their game. They're not quite as sharp, and you might be able to steal one.
All right, so it's the Raptors and Pelicans. It's the final game of the evening, actually, a fairly light schedule overall in the NBA. So we'll keep you updated on some of the other games around the association as the broadcast unfolds. There's only 6 games going on in the association this evening. The Lakers currently holding down a 16-point lead at the half against Charlotte. Halftime in Cleveland, it's a 15-point lead for the Cavaliers. And Philadelphia on top of Dallas by 4. That one at the break as well. Second quarter action, both the Clippers and the Hawks, and Golden State and Brooklyn. Starting 5 for the Raptors tonight: Emmanuel Quickley, Gary Trent, Bruce Brown, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. R.J. Barrett sidelined again with the knee injury, so he was back last night, but he's going to sit this one out for the Pelicans. It's C.J. McCollum, Herbert Jones, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas. The starting lineups brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. Pelicans take to the floor in their red uniform, and the Raptors in the white with the big red chevron across the chest. And the Raptors control the opening tip as Poeltl taps it back to Quickley, and we are underway. It's now Brown up top over on the far wing. Gary Trent lobs it inside on the far side to Poeltl with Valanciunas in front of him. Poeltl dribbles it toward the far elbow, hands off to Scotty Barnes, back to a cutting Yak. Looked like a lot of contact, but Yak got the layup to go.
Really nice job, Scotty. The timing, he looked like Dennis Schroeder delivering that pocket pass.
Ingram back for the Pelicans, elevates for the jumper from the near elbow and knocks it down. 2-2, 35 seconds into the game. Quickly out on the wing far side, cross court, right to left over to Scotty, sets the feet, takes the 3, missed it. Short off the front of the rim. Pelicans with the rebound. McCollum back down the floor, cut off by Quickley, goes up top to Valanciunas, over to Ingram on the wing far side, now drives into the paint, lobs a pass over in the near corner to Jones. Along the baseline, he's cut off to Ingram, to McCollum, deep one, straight away. CJ buries it, and the Pelicans lead 5-2.
He's got that kind of range. The Raptors gave him a really good look.
Step back triple, far wing, no good for Quickley as he tried to answer back. And again, the Pelicans get on the glass. Back down the floor. Valanciunas sets the feet, whips a pass over to Zion Williamson. Down on the block, far side, turns and gets it to go high off glass over Barnes, and a very quick 7-2 lead for the Pelicans.
Scotty allowed Williamson to have the ball, and there was absolutely no pressure on Valanciunas. That pass came in unencumbered.
Barnes over on the sideline, near side to Trent, brings it along the baseline, goes out far side to Brown. Back over to Trent, back to Brown. Deep one, far wing, 3-ball up, rattled a couple of rims, no good. And a rebound to the Pelicans. Ingram bounces a pass just below the far elbow to Williamson. Back to Ingram, 3-ball is good for Brandon Ingram. And a 10-2 lead in less than 2 minutes, 1:58 to be exact. And Darko wants a timeout.
Yeah, the Raptors really knocked on their heels to start this game. They better come out punching soon, or else this thing could be trouble early.
We're going to step aside for an early break. Again, 10:02 to go in the opening quarter, and the Pelicans are up 10-2 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, the Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Truck.ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Think 2-minute truck.ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, 2-minute truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks. So give us a call today.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like solivigant, peregrinate, nemophilist, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today and welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter, Pelicans leading by 8, 10-2, shooting a perfect 4 of 4 from the floor. Raptors 1 of 4, their only bucket from Jakob Poeltl on the opening possession of the game. And Jonesy, it's been all New Orleans since, but yet we're not even 2 minutes into this game. 5 points for Brandon Ingram, and New Orleans really putting it on in the early going.
Well, the pace that they're playing with is very fast right now. They're playing with real purpose, getting the ball up the court, getting it to the right people in the right spots. I think they're a dangerous team, New Orleans. I mean, the West in general is just crazy. You and I were talking off air. Don't look now, but the Clippers are a game out of first in the West heading into tonight's action.
Bruce Brown has it on the wing near side, goes up top to Quickly. Quickly at the near elbow, cut off, brings it back toward the perimeter, then lobs it inside to Yak, who turns, fires, and a soft hook goes over Jonas Valanciunas.
Very tough shot. Great position by Poeltl down low also.
C.J. McCollum back for the Pelicans with New Orleans leading 10-4, 9:35 to go, opening quarter. Ingram drops it inside the arc, far side to Williamson. Drives along the baseline, fires a pass to Jones, near corner, 3 ball, up, no good. Williamson comes flying in, grabs the rebound, and puts it back in the tin.
When that guy plays with that kind of energy, he's a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA.
Poeltl again, soft floater over Valanciunas, goes a one-handed push shot from the baseline right near that right block. It was about maybe 6-7 feet away. 12-6. Pelicans have doubled up the Raptors. Jones drives to the 10, then hands off on the far side to JV. Valanciunas misses the floater from the block far side. Back the other way comes Brown. Layup is good with a left-hand finish, and the Raptors responding out of the timeout.
Bruce Brown, junkyard dog, man, flying down the lane, trailing the play, just hustled his way into a basket there.
12-8. Raptors have cut it to 4. McCollum, sidestep, 3 ball, good.
Thought his toe was on the line. The move was excellent, though, by C.J. McCollum. A lot of people like to step back, going to the weak hand. That time he did it going to the strong side.
Well, they're going to call it a 3 for now. We'll keep an eye on that, Jonesy, to see if they review it at the next stoppage of play. Quickly's got it on the near sideline. Now brings it inside the arc. Comes around a screen set by Poeltl, and they're going to call it a moving screen. I thought McCollum sold that one well, but either way, the officials are going to call it against Poeltl.
That's a terrible call. Natalie Sago just, again, like all officials, though, calling the reaction. McCollum hit the screen and crumpled like a bag of chips, and he got the call.
15-8. Pelicans leading by 7 with 8:05 to go here, opening quarter. Ingram's got it, far wing. Gives it up to Zion. He's squaring up against Poeltl. Tried to take him off the bounce, kicks back up top to Ingram. 3 ball, no good. Valanciunas gets the rebound, turns, fires, and gets it to go over Poeltl. 17-8, a 9-point lead, largest of the game for the Pelicans. Poeltl's got it straight away. Goes to Brown. Might have been intended for Quickly, but either way, Brown catches it. Goes far sideline to Trent. Gary back over to Scotty. Barnes thus far scoreless in the game at the free throw line. Cut off, goes back to Quickly. Driving down the paint, stops on a dime, turns, fires, 2 strong, rebound, standing one to Valanciunas. Pushes ahead to McCollum. McCollum over to Zion. Trying to go at Scotty, and nice job there by Barnes. I thought he actually knocked that ball away and off of Zion, but they're going to keep the ball with the Pelicans.
I think Bruce Brown was there, and yeah, he thinks so too, but we get a look at the replay. It was Toronto last contact.
17-8, 7:20 to go.
Got to be careful letting Zion Williamson get to that left hand. He always wants to get it left.
Scotty Barnes now trying to contain Valanciunas, and JV immediately went at Barnes and initiated the contact and got the officials to blow the whistle.
Well, Scotty complaining of an underhook by JV.
Valanciunas now battling with Barnes again, as Pirtle right now drawing the assignment against Zion Williamson. Ingram went left, spins right, passes out to Jones on the near sideline. 3-ball up, no good. Pirtle with the rebound, and it's taken away. No, it isn't. It was tapped by Williamson, but Pirtle stayed with it and was able to secure it. Raptors push ahead quickly to the trailer. Pirtle now to Gary Trent. Trent back over to quickly on the near sideline. It's Barnes. Lobs it into the paint to Pirtle. Pirtle spins, fires, passes to Brown. And not a great pass from Yak. Too far for Brown, and the Raptors turn it over.
He also maybe thought Bruce Brown was going to slide down into the corner, but got to deliver that. Brown was waiting for a catch-and-shoot opportunity.
17-8 still. Pelicans leading by 9. They're going to try and go up double figures right here as Ingram's got it at the near elbow. Turns, fires from the free throw line, gets it to go, and he's rolling right now with 7.
He's got a really nice mid-range game, Brandon Ingram. A lot of people depending on the 3 these days, but he can get you just inside the arc.
19-8, little stop and go for quickly. Got into the lane, tried to fake out Williamson, and he wasn't buying it. He absolutely stuffed quickly back the other way. Pull-up triple, no good for McCollum, but he gets his own shot back. They work at Zion Williamson, who drove to the tin, got fouled, and the big man is going to head to the free throw line with 6:19 to go in the opening quarter and a chance to push the lead to 12, maybe 13.
He's got to be aware of him. Williamson late to the play that time. Trailing, coming down the far side of the lane. You got to be aware of guys coming into the play. You know, again, it starts with what? An offensive rebound by New Orleans to give them a second chance opportunity. You're scrambled, and they end up getting something pretty good out of it, and 2 free throws as the result.
And the first one goes down for Williamson, so it's now a 20-8 lead for the Pelicans. They're shooting 57% from the floor. They've already doubled up the Raptors in terms of field goal makes, 8-4. Williamson with the second free throw is good. And now the lead grows to 13, largest of the game. As Thad Young comes into the ballgame, Bruce Brown sits down. Still the same starting 5 on the floor for the Pelicans. New Orleans leaves Scotty Barnes wide open, and he makes them pay, burying a triple from the wing near side. 21-11, 10-point lead for the Pels. McCollum across center court. Over to Ingram on the near side. Ingram picked up by Scotty Barnes. Williamson now trying to shake free from Yak. Goes into the near corner to Ingram. Steps inside the arc. There's that mid-range again. Misses that shot, though, as the ball is tapped around, bounced around, and they're going to say off New Orleans. And you heard Jonesy say, oof, I thought that's a good reaction. I thought it was off Toronto as well.
Well, they got one from the basketball gods that time.
Yeah, take it and run. Oh, yeah, that was off Scotty Barnes,
It looked
no
like
doubt.
it went off Scotty, even though Zion hit it. And maybe Willie Green sees the same thing, and he's going to use his challenge. I think he could win the challenge.
But not a great one to take with a 10-point lead in the first quarter.
10-point lead in the first quarter. You've got the juice going.
Yeah.
Retreat on defense, get a stop,
Yeah,
and that's.
I agree with you.
It's not to me, it's not an important enough possession to use a challenge on, at least not at this point in the game.
All right, let's step aside for a break. 5:49 to go, opening quarter. Raptors down 10 on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by...
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Herron. Experience true luxury at Williamsburg Green in Kitchener. Heathwood's all-brick homes are built with upgraded features and elevated finishes. Chef-inspired kitchens, spa-like en-suites, and a fully finished lower level. Even better, Williamsburg Green has parks, playgrounds, and trails to explore. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Ron is a teacher helping bright minds, but this time he needed help. Alpine Credit sent a cosmic superhero with a debt consolidation loan. She conjured a magic book, Debt Consolidation 101. Lesson 1, consolidate debt into one low monthly payment. Lesson 2, nothing. It's a short book. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Again, Toronto Raptors basketball right here on Sportsnet 590, The Fan. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Raptors trailing by 10. And we are still awaiting official word as we come back from the timeout. Unless word came while we were away, but I didn't see the officials mention anything specifically yet. I think word did come down during our break, so we're just waiting to see as the teams take to the floor who's going to actually have the ball. Pelicans again in red, wearing those Crescent City jerseys, and the Raptors in white. 5:50 to play in the opening frame.
Well, it looks like New Orleans won the challenge. Listen, maybe Willie Green's thinking is if I get a big enough lead here, it won't matter. He still has it, though.
McCollum triple, no good. And Barnes with a high rebound taps it over to Quickly, who will bring it up the floor. Great job by Scotty. And now Scotty steps into a three ball, misses over Valanciunas. Had a pretty good look at that one, but couldn't get it to go. McCollum back on the near side, trying to turn the corner, cut off by Quickly. Still keeps the dribble alive, though, as he backs down into the lane, passes back out to Jones. Now Jones is going to try and drive on Schroeder. Jones cut off, keeps the dribble alive, goes back up top to McCollum, but not before they caught him. And again, Jonesy, get those reactions going tonight.
Well, listen, it's like I have my playing shoes on tonight. Schroeder did a good job getting up into Herb Jones, and then once that happens, and these bigger players start to see, the little guys jumping up on them, they take it personally.
21-11, 5:09 to go in the opening quarter as Quickly gives it to Barnes above the arc. Scotty now trying to play with a screen set there by Thad Young. Whips it over on a pass on the near sideline to Quickly. Three ball rattled a couple of rims and popped out. So the Raptors getting good looks. Only 1 of 5 from distance in this game. Nance. Hands off as the Pelicans have made a number of changes. Ingram, the only starter on the floor. Daniels back up top to Alvarado, who misses a three ball, and it's controlled by the Raptors on the glass. So the Pelicans have dipped down below 45%, but they're still holding on to this 9-point lead. Why? The Raptors below 40% as they're struggling mightily. Daniels over to Ingram. Ingram, three ball is good, and now a 24-11 lead.
Ingram coming off, catching and shooting. We talked about his mid-range game that time, displaying the long-distance stuff.
Schroeder out on the wing far side. Under 4 minutes to go. Barnes driving into the paint. Misses, no good. Rebound comes back out, though, to Quickly, and he misses the floater from the far side on about an 8, maybe 10-footer. Behind the defense, laying it up and in. Alvarado gets it to go.
Well, Alvarado just ran by Scotty Barnes like he was standing there to get an easy layup.
26-11, a 15-point lead. Pelicans back up to 50% from the floor. Schroeder, far side to Thad Young. Young trying to use his size against Alvarado. Stops his dribble, goes back up top to Trent. Trent driving into the paint. A lot of contact as he throws it up off his hip. No good. And the Raptors get back on D. Trailing by 15. Ingram's got it far side. Nance standing there. Ingram thought about using him. Instead, waits for Nance to go down under the 10. Whips a pass to him. But Nance just missed the dunk. Raptors grab the rebound ahead to Quickly. Quickly out on the far side, slowing things down now, waiting for Barnes to get back into the play. Quickly calling for somebody to come set a screen. Nobody comes. He stops his dribble, goes cross-court over to Schroeder. Jonesy, the Raptors look out of sorts right now.
Well, there's no ball movement, no player movement, no ball movement. They're all depending on creativity from the players handling the ball like Quickly and Schroeder. You got to cut. You got to move the defense. It's kind of like football. Run the fly pattern. Clear it out for the guy underneath. A lot of standing around right now.
26-11. Raptors down with 2:47 to go. Raptors just 5 of 16 to start the game, 31%. Young has it. Handing it off to Grady Dick. Going to step into a 3-ball near side. Misses that one. And the rebound controlled by Ingram. Ingram fires a pass quickly ahead. Murphy goes back over to Ingram. Gets into the paint. Deep position. And he gets the floater to go. And it's 28-11. And Darko just took another timeout.
Now, Brandon Ingram listed at 6'8". I'm telling you, he's got to be 6'10", 6'10 and a half, 6'11".
Well, his arms are like 7-8 feet wide.
Yeah, I don't know. He might be 6'8" with a 7'1" reach.
2:31 to go, opening quarter. We're going to step aside for another break with the Raptors down 17 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
On Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
All right, we step aside for a quick one there, folks, as we were right back at it with the Raptors down 17, 2:31 to play opening frame. And Toronto in a world of hurt right now, Jonesy. They're going to have to find a way to really punch back, and maybe, just maybe, they can take a little motivation from their opposition from last night. They had a 23-point lead themselves against the top team in the Western Conference and ended up losing that game. With about 6.5 minutes left in the third, the Raptors were leading by 23.
Here's the issue. You can't get into these games where there are huge leads and expect wild swings all the time, being up or down.
True enough. You're right. Schroeder misses the 3-ball for the Raptors. And it's controlled by the Pelicans. They come down the floor, get an open look from the near sideline, and luckily dodge a bullet as Murphy couldn't get that one to go. Raptors down the floor, 28-11. Wara in the near corner, and he's going to be called for the travel and wipe it out on Toronto's third turnover, and back the other way we go.
I'm not so sure about that. We got to look at the replay. I'm not so sure that was a travel. I think that's, one of those automatic calls that the referees see that they make. I looked at the footwork very carefully.
Ingram has played the entire quarter thus far. Fires a pass over on the far sideline right in front of the Raptor bench. The triple goes as Murphy buries it, and it's 31-11. Wara.
20-point difference. Just 11 in the quarter is tough.
Up top to Brown. Over to Schroeder. Far corner to Grady Dick, who drops the 3 and gets it back for Toronto. 31-14. Ingram to Nance. Above the arc, near side. Back over to Ingram. Double teamed with Young and Schroeder. He goes cross court to Alvarado. Alvarado calling for a screen. Ingram comes and sets it. Alvarado lobs it back to Ingram in the lane, in the corner to Nance. Over to Daniels. 3-ball up and in.
Man, they are knocking down threes. I mean, they're only 6 of 14, but it just seems like they've been getting great looks all night.
Schroeder on the baseline, far side, elevated, got swatted away on the side contest from Trey Murphy. And Jonesy, it's not looking good right now for the Raptors, trailing 34-14.
A 20-point lead. Again, we talked about it. You can't, produce these large holes and expect to climb out of it. Another first quarter the Raptors are having an issue with.
Grady Dick, far corner, got it to go again. So Grady with back-to-back triples off the bench with 6 points, and the Raptors trail 34-17. Pelicans still doubling it up Toronto with 39 seconds to go here, opening quarter. Zion Williamson back in. Whips a pass over on the wing far side. Driving, but cut off. That was Murphy, handed to Williamson. And we got a whistle going against Toronto. Raptors were looking for the charge. And are they calling the block? I think they might get the reach on Grady Dick.
He had the ball. Grady had the ball. I'd love to see that replay.
Yep, they are going to get it on Grady Dick.
He had a lot of the orange. And, geez, I fear the Raptors are falling into that abyss.
Reputation?
Yeah, abyss of a reputation not being a good team. And you get fouls called against you, and you can't even really argue them. The travel on Wara, I didn't think was a travel. I thought Grady got a lot of the ball on that drive by Zion.
Williamson knocks down the first free throw. Second one rattles around and goes as well. So it's 36-17. Toronto trailing by 19. Schroeder's going to bring it across center. Raptors will have to give it up before the end of the quarter. Trying to shake free from Alvarado. Bruce Brown set a screen, a double screen there with Thad Young as well. As they get it to Thad in the lane, and he turns, fires with a soft left-hander, and it goes.
Great job being on his left hand and being able to turn back.
Pretty nice entry pass there from Dennis Schroeder as well.
Schroeder's been the master of the pocket pass all season.
36-19, corner three ball, no good for Alvarado. Rebound to Dick. Ahead to Schroeder. The heave at the buzzer goes off the top of the backboard, and the Raptors will head to the second quarter down by 17.
New Orleans shooting 50% from the floor, and Toronto just as many, almost as many shots. Turnovers hurt them, but defense has to be better.
36-19 is the score. Second quarter action comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, the Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Unhibernate. Verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage. I am going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
This March, the biggest talent competition in the country is going to get even bigger. Canada's Got Talent is back. And this season's winner is going to walk away with a life-changing grand prize, $1 million. That's the biggest prize in Canadian TV history, and it's all thanks to Rogers. So expect $1 million talent every Tuesday. Canada's Got Talent, the $1 million season, premieres March 19th only on City TV, and stream it on City TV Plus.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sandra and Kabir are celebrating 50 years of marriage by turning their boring bedroom into a spicy one. Oh my. Alpine Credit sent a super strength hero to help with a home renovation loan. New floors, windows, a heart-shaped button that plays this tune. Okay, I think that's quite enough. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second quarter. Raptors trailing 36-19. Brandon Ingram with 12 points in the opening frame, scoring a third of the Pelicans' points. And 6 for Jakob Poeltl. Scotty Barnes, 1 of 4 in the opening quarter for 3 points. The backcourt of Trent and Quickly Jonesy, 0 of 7, scoreless in the opening quarter.
Really tough first quarter for Toronto, and unfortunately that's been the norm. Digging up some numbers here.
All right. We'll wait for Jonesy to crunch those numbers and give us the Rain Man stat of the night. As the Pelicans start the second quarter with the ball, driving on the near side, Zion Williamson just buried the shoulder, split defenders, and got to the rim. He went right through Poeltl and Wara and got it to go. Williamson's got 8. Schroeder to Wara, back to Schroeder. Out on the wing far side goes cross-court to Wara. In the paint to Poeltl, and he let him too far with the pass, and the Raptors just turned it over for the 4th time in this game. Wipe out their opening possession of this second quarter, and now the Pelicans have a chance to push their lead back to 20+. They've led by 20 on 2 separate occasions already in this game. Williamson at the near elbow, bounces the pass on the baseline to Nance, and that was just way too easy. They're picking apart the Raptors right now.
Well, there's not much resistance, ball pressure, awareness, communication. It really is kind of falling apart. It's got to become a pride thing at some point if you're Toronto.
Wara over to Brown. In the paint, kicks back out to Wara. 3-ball is good for Wara. Tell you, I don't know, and I'm not here to question or second guess. I'm not sure why we didn't see him last night, but he's bringing the energy again tonight.
He's a Louisville kid, right? He's a kid from that program. You know how hard they play They play with a lot of energy. Eric, Raptors 7-22 when trailing after the first quarter this year.
They're down 40-22 right now. 3-ball, no good. In fact, Murphy had 2 looks at it, missed the first one. Pelicans got the rebound, fired a second one, and he missed that one as well. So down the floor for the Raptors, can they take advantage? At the free throw line, cut off, it was Schroeder, and then he kicks the ball. And the Raptors are going to give it up. A 5th turnover now for Toronto, trailing by 18, just over 90 seconds into the second quarter. Pelicans bring it across center. Williamson over to Murphy. Back to Williamson straight away. Now back to Murphy on the wing near side. Got a good look at a 3 and knocked it down.
Well, Raptors played the zone. Ball went towards the middle. Schroeder was already there. Grady sank far too deep and then had to recover out. By that time, Murphy's already set and knocking it down.
43-22. Raptors down by 21. Largest lead of the game for the Pelicans. Grady Dick going from left to right, turns the corner into the paint and gets it to go off glass. Nice drive there by Grady. He's got 8 off the bench, 3 of 4 from the floor. Alvarado across center. Dips behind a Williamson screen. Goes over to Murphy on the baseline to Nance. And he just turns and fires a shot up and over the rim. He was wide open. Pirtle just stared at him and gave him the shot.
Well, again, the communication in the zone lacking. Somebody's got to call the ball so everybody else knows where to rotate.
Brown out to Grady Dick. Driving now on the far side. Elevates from the mid-range. Knocked on his backside. No call. Alvarado picks it up and brings it across center. 43-24. Murphy driving along the baseline. Gets by both defenders, Brown and Grady Dick, and lays it up and in.
That was one I thought that looked like a travel. Little push off the right foot, a quick land on the right foot and lay it in.
The lead back to 21. Brown near side trying to go against Williamson. Gets into the paint, turns, fires a wild running hook shot. No good for Brown. They push ahead, the Pelicans do. Marshall just lost the handle, gave it up, and the Pelicans turn it over. Down the floor comes Wara. Gave it to Brown, who lays it up and in. He got behind the D and got it to go.
That's a great pass by Jordan Wara. Like, he threaded the needle on that bounce pass, and it came up right where Bruce Brown could catch it.
45-26. Williamson, far sideline, out to Alvarado. Driving into the paint, lobs it up to Nance, who came along the baseline, got behind Grady Dick, and dropped down the flush on the alley-oop finish. 47-26. 8:10 to go now. Second quarter action. The lead again back to 21. Bruce Brown going around a Pirtle screen, now splitting 2 defenders, gets to the far elbow. Lobs a pass to Pirtle in the paint right under the 10, and Alvarado was lost with the big man. Easy layup for Jakob Pirtle.
Well, a really nice job by the Raptors being patient and waiting until Pirtle could post and establish position before getting it inside.
47-28. And Williamson gets into the paint, lobs it up, fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Zion showing me a right-hand attack that time. You know he wants to get to his left side. Really good job, though, by Toronto kind of cutting that off a little quicker. And I don't know how well Zion's breaks work. Maybe you get a charge.
Williamson goes to the free throw line, knocks down the first one as McCollum and Valanciunas are going to come back into the ball game. Alvarado sits down. I'll let you know who the other person is in a moment as Zion Williamson gets set for his second free throw. Jonesy, what are your thoughts on Zion, who's, as you said earlier, when he's on and playing like that, he maybe is a top 5, top 10 player. Unfortunately, whether it be motivation, whether it be health, whether it be a number of factors, he's not always on and playing like that.
Right. He's got that. I mean, he's injured now, but he's got that Joel Embiid thing going. You know, like when I'm healthy and I really want to play, I can be unstoppable. And it's a matter of him finding that motivation and being in shape to play that way consistently.
49-28, the lead goes back up to 21 after the Williamson free throws. And New Orleans now got into the pass lane for Toronto, deflected it away. It's out of bounds off the Pelicans with 7:28 to go. And Williamson is now going to get a breather. It's Barnes, Pirtle, Quickly, Wara, and Dick on the floor for the Raptors. Valanciunas, Jones, McCollum, Murphy, and Marshall for the Pelicans. Grady on the baseline near side. Dips in, floats it up, and gets it to go. Nice shot, nice touch from Grady Dick. Finishes on a 12-footer. McCollum near side, inside the arc. Wara on his hip. Comes around a Valanciunas screen at the free throw line. Kicks back up top to Marshall. Over on the far side to Murphy. Rips a three ball, no good, and a good box out from Pirtle on Valanciunas. Raptors with the rebound. Wara down the floor. Tried to cross up Marshall. Instead goes up top to Barnes. Scotty calling for a screen. Barnes now on a switch picked up by Marshall. Goes to Pirtle at the free throw line. Yak holding the ball. They're trying to post up now, and they do. Barnes going at Marshall. Turns, fires, fouled, and he's going to the free throw line.
And there's part of me, the devil on one shoulder saying, where was that last night?
I was just going to say, why didn't they do that last night?
Where was that last night? And Najee Marshall is bigger than, well, Lou Dort or any of the guys at Oklahoma City switched on to him. I guess I got to let that go, but it's good to see Scotty coming back with this kind of aggression after last night.
49-30, 19-point lead for the Pelicans with 6:50 to go in the second quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Let's get jerseys. Let's get jerseys.
Right now, become a Tangerine client with a savings account, and you could get a free Raptors jersey.
We want jerseys.
Finally, a savings account worth cheering for.
Jerseys! Jerseys!
Find out how to score a jersey at tangerine.ca/Raptors. Tangerine, that's forward banking. Available to new clients who open and fund an eligible account while supplies last. Conditions apply.
Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Brian is going to take a bite of this Subway 6-inch cold cut combo and describe it for us.
Okay. Classic. Soft bread, the Canadian cheddar cheese, the layers of cold cuts, and the
What Brian doesn't know is that his sub only costs $4.99.
What? $4.99? Whoa! I've got to tell the people. Hey, guys!
There he goes. Right now, experience a Subway 6-inch Black Forest ham or cold cut combo sandwich for just $4.99. Only at Subway. Price and participation may vary. Extras, taxes, and delivery additional. Expires April 8th.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Raptors down 49-30. And it's been a tough go, to say the least, for the Raptors thus far in this game, shooting 43%. The Pelicans at 51%, and a balanced attack overall from New Orleans. Jonesy, I want to ask you about something in a second here. This ties into a recent Smith and Jones episode. In fact, it might have been our last one. So again, folks, go wherever you subscribe to your podcast, Google, Apple, Spotify, or otherwise. Download, subscribe to Smith and Jones. The potential jersey retirement of Vince Carter. They are going to announce the Hall of Fame finalists next week and those who will be enshrined in August. I have no doubt that Vince is going to be there. So, as a little tease, even though we discussed this on the podcast, maybe you can tell our Raptors radio audience your thoughts on what they should be doing with Vince Carter.
Listen, I think he's the first one that gets a number honored or retired. Some people said, well, if he's in the Hall of Fame, nobody should wear that number. I mean, there's no numbers left in Boston because of the way their franchise is with a storied history. Valanciunas with a hook in the lane. But I think Vince's number should be honored. And if somebody else wants to wear 15 and give it greatness, you never know. Maybe it's something that's shared, but he should be the first one. People talk about it all the time. Who's the first one? Should be Vince, no question.
Scotty Barnes hit a couple of free throws, and then as Jonesy mentioned, Valanciunas got a bucket in the lane, so the lead is back to 19 for the Pelicans. Barnes just turned it over, and down the floor come the Pelicans. McCollum has it. He's looking to go back to JV. They're trying to use that size of Valanciunas on Barnes. JV inside the arc on the near side. He's about 20 feet from the hoop. drives on Barnes, got into the lane, looked like he was blocked by Pirtle or fouled by Pirtle, but either way they call it clean. And here come the Raptors. Wara in the near corner. Grady Dick, wide open three ball, busted. Grady playing well tonight, 13 off the bench, and the Raptors trail by 16.
Jordan Wara is showing me something. Not just his hustle, his intensity, his energy, but his court awareness too. That time came down, shot fake, froze the defense just a little, knowing that Grady was standing behind a screen in the corner for a good look, and got it to him.
5:42 to go, second quarter. Raptors down 51-35 on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
The job market isn't changing. It's already changed. New technologies are creating new jobs and eliminating others. How can you prepare for this new world of work? With the York University School of Continuing Studies program. Our programs are developed with industry experts and enable you to upskill and reskill quickly. You'll also gain access to our career services to help pursue your ambitions. Get hired in fields like accounting, big data, cybersecurity, digital marketing, customer success management, and cloud ops. Learn more at continue.yorku.ca.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like solivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to uncommon winter confidence.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Second quarter, Pelicans leading the Raptors 51-35.
Little surge by Toronto. Trailing big at one time, as many as 21, and it's not like they're doing anything that they're not supposed to do. They're playing hard, but making some shots. The shooting percentage up to 45% right now.
We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in a couple of moments. Grady Dick, the story right now for the Raptors, 13 points. In fact, he's the leading scorer in the game. Even though his Raptors trail by 16, Grady with 13 points in 9 minutes, 3 of 4 from distance. Ingram lobs a pass to Valanciunas, catches, comes back down, turns, fires, misses the hook. It looked like he got hit again, but the Raptors will take it and run quickly. Back the other way. Driving on McCollum. Got toward the baseline, throws it up high off glass and played the angle, got it to go.
Nice job, Toronto again. Still surging right now.
51-37. McCollum up top to Ingram. Ingram driving on Scotty Barnes. Cut off by Barnes, goes now to Marshall. Marshall pushed out on the perimeter by Grady Dick. Deep triple, far wing. C.J. McCollum missed and controlled on the glass by Barnes, so the run could continue for the Raptors. Driving down the paint. Left-hand finish is good for Scotty Barnes, and the Raptors have got this thing down to 12.
Yeah, they have got their legs, being much more aggressive offensively and containing defensively.
Ingram, baseline, near side jumper, good, plus the foul on Pirtle, and that one stings as a three-point play could push the lead back to 15.
It'd be interesting to see where the foul was. I thought Jakob did a nice job of challenging. Maybe he got the right elbow. And if you're going to take a foul like that, make sure you take it in a way that he can't make a three-point play.
Raptors down 53-39. Jones, we just saw on the screen a couple of moments ago, Garrett Temple's father in action, in the stands, I should say, taking in the action. And as we celebrate Black History Month, certainly quite the story for Garrett Temple's father.
Yeah, Garrett Temple. People wonder why Garrett wears a suit to work. Said his dad challenged him when he was in Brooklyn, and his dad, a little old school, the first African-American on LSU's basketball team, and the first one to compete in the Big Four sport. And I'll tell you this from my research and knowing history, the SEC, the Southeast Conference, LSU, Kentucky, Mississippi, Alabama, those guys, Tennessee, they were the last conference to fully integrate African-American athletes in all sports.
54-41 as Grady Dick gets another jumper to go in the baseline near side. Raptors cut it to 13, 4:10 to go in the opening half. Ingram turns, up fake, and Barnes bit, and Ingram stepped inside a little bit closer and knocked down a baseline jumper.
Another mid-range, though, right?
Yep.
Brandon Ingram, people talk about the three ball. He's really good on the mid-range.
Raptors quickly get back the other way, and no pun intended, as quickly gets the bucket. Are they giving it to him, though? For now, it's on the board, and there seems to be some discussion as to whether that was on the shot or not. Are they calling it on the floor, or are they giving him the bucket? I think they're going to give it to him. Yeah.
He should. He was bumped, and he was gathering.
So give him the 2, and at the stripe for the and 1.
Josh Tibbin with the call. Not sure what Natalie Sago was doing. It happened right in front of her.
Quickly gets it to go. So again, the Raptors have this thing to 12, 56-44. Raptors on multiple occasions were down 21 in this first half. They're trying to make a muscle here late first half. See if they can get this into single digits before we go to the break. Ingram out on the wing far side. Gary Trent in front of him. Still scoreless in the game is Trent, but just played defense right now. Baseline, Williamson going to the baseline, spun around Pirtle, went up and under the 10 and got it to go.
Pirtle gave him just a little room on the baseline. Got to get that right foot on the baseline so Zion has nowhere to go. Gave him just a sliver, and bang, it happened.
And back the other way quickly with a tough pass, to say the least, for Scotty Barnes. That one's on Emmanuel quickly, and he turns it over. 7th turnover of this first half for the Raptors, and New Orleans is hit on almost every one. They've got 12 points off these turnovers right now, leading by 14. 3:25 to go in the opening half. It's 58-44. Williamson straight away. Backdoor, great job by Grady to read it, get a hand in the pass lane, and knock it away.
Good footwork by Grady. Really good defensive footwork.
Trent to Barnes, straight away. Barnes goes the other way on a Pirtle screen. Lost the handle for a moment, and we're going to get a loose ball foul on Nance. He initially got the strip, and as Barnes went for the loose ball, they're going to call Nance for the push.
Good job by Scotty to pursue. Quick hands by Larry Nance Jr. Do not put that ball in front of these guys. They will go after it.
58-44, Raptors down 14 as Trent inbounds from the near sideline. Gets it to Quickly. Trying to work on McCollum, can't get by him yet. Pirtle sets a screen, set a tough one on McCollum. But McCollum battles through to stay with Emmanuel quickly. Over to Trent. Gary now driving on the far side, scoops it up high off glass and gets it to go. Raptors again trail by 12.
You just stop here. Run, hold, run. We talk about coming back. You're in the hold portion right now. A couple more stops.
Williamson into the lane, kicks over, far sideline to Jones, drives into the paint. His shot went halfway down, popped out, but the Raptors can't squeeze. Jones gets it back and ultimately comes away with the deuce, and the Raptors trail by 14.
He beat them on the dribble, and nobody recovered. When you get beat, recover to the guy who's shooting it to challenge, and if not, to box out.
60-46, Raptors down 14. Trent, near sideline, sidestep, 3-ball, good look. No good on the shot. Rebound to McCollum, quickly ahead to Zion. Full steam down the floor. And he goes to the tin with a left hand and couldn't get it to go. So the Raptors get the stop as Quickly's got it. Quickly backing up, far side. Pirtle comes over, sets a screen. Quickly goes around it, whips a pass over to Barnes. Barnes, 3-ball, no good, and nobody underneath for the Raptors.
Scotty's had been making those with regularity early in the season.
1 of 4 from distance tonight, 2 of 6 from the floor overall. Ingram elevates over Grady Dick. At the free throw line, Brandon Ingram gets it to go.
He's got 19 and 8 of 10 from the floor. Boy, he's become a solid shooter.
The lead goes back to 16 at 62-46. Quickly bounces a pass to Barnes. Barnes holding it on the far side. Passes now, cross court, right to left to Quickly. Gets to the free throw line. The running push shot floater rattles around, pops out. Cleaned up, though, by Pirtle, who puts it back in the tin. Raptors down 14.
Jakob with a terrific job. Great presence.
62-48. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Ingram got to the free throw line. Fires a pass near sideline to Jones. Missed it. Tapped out by the Pelicans. It goes across center court, and it's picked up by Ingram. Shot clock down to 7. Ingram now in a switch. He's guarded by Pirtle. Shot clock at 3. Gets to the near elbow. Jumper up and in for Ingram. He's got 21 in the first half.
He's developed something that most people on a scouting report wouldn't always look at. Most guys are strong to drive, weak to shoot, but he's going to that strong hand and pulling up.
Barnes pull up in the mid-range. Good from the near elbow. Raptors again down 14 at 64-50 with 31.5 seconds to go in this first half. Now 27 seconds to go as the Pelicans slowly bring it across center court. Ingram has it on the logo. Pelicans will have to give it up, about a 7-second differential. Now driving into the paint. Jones fires out a pass to C.J. McCollum, who gets the look from the wing near side and pushes the lead to 17. 67-50, last shot time for the Raptors. Barnes brings it across center. 10 seconds to play. Barnes with Williamson in front of him. He's going to try and work on Zion. Drives into the paint, kicks out to Trent. Deep one, far wing, no good. Williamson with the rebound, and we're heading into the break, Jonesy, with the Pelicans getting their lead back up to 17 after Toronto multiple times had cut it to 12.
Well as Toronto shot the ball in that second quarter, 13 of 19, they didn't make up any ground. New Orleans increased their shooting percentage from 50 to 53 on 13 of 23. So it was kind of your turn, my turn, and the Raptors still trail by 17 the same way they did after the first lap.
BetRivers Sportsbook and Casino is here, and it's your home for chance this basketball season. Download the app featuring thousands of action-packed bets, thrilling slots, and exciting table games for you to enjoy all season long. BetRivers and Raptors basketball on Sportsnet. It's time to take a chance. Must be 19 plus, available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. And if you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. At the half, the Raptors trail 67-50. When we come back, we will check the out-of-town scoreboard, plus give you some first half stats from the Raptors and Pelicans, with New Orleans leading by 17 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Unhibernate. Verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage. I am going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I just helped Tom with a business loan. He needed to soup up his mechanic shop. Not to brag, but I once modified a car to match my ultra speed. It went so fast, it broke the speed of sound. At least no one was inside. I hope no one was inside. I guess I'll just stick to approving business loans.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Valentine's Day is more than a moment, more than a meal or a single romantic gesture. It's an opportunity to celebrate each other. This Valentine's Day, gift your loved one a getaway for two at Thermea Spa Village Whitby.
Celebrate with a restorative spa experience that reverberates beyond the moment. Discover the new alone time together. Visit thermea.com/Whitby to book your getaway or purchase a gift certificate. Take good care.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at the half. The Raptors down 67-50. Grady Dick led the way for the Raptors in the first half off the bench with 15 points in 15 minutes. 10 points, 7 rebounds for Jakob Poeltl. Scotty Barnes has got 9 points, 3 boards, 3 assists on the other side. For the Pelicans, 21 points to lead all scorers, Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson with 14 points, 4 assists. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. 3:28 to go. Lakers leading the Hornets 113-107. Sacramento is down by 19 to the Cavaliers. Cleveland lit up 122-103 with about 5 minutes left in that one. 7 minutes to go in Philadelphia. Sixers trail 95-81 to the Mavericks. About 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Clippers on top of the Hawks by 2, 88-86. Golden State trailing by 1 in Brooklyn with about 5.5 minutes to go in the third. And again, the final game of the evening is the one that we are calling and that you are listening to, the Pelicans and the Raptors, with New Orleans leading Toronto at the break 67-50. When we come back, you're going to hear from Alvin Williams on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Hockey is here, and Sportsnet is your place for it all. Be here for a season of the unthinkable, the incredible, the oh my God, can you believe he just did that? Wow! You'll want to be here for the drama.
Who's going to be the hero tonight?
The action.
Shoot, go!
The excitement.
Oh, did you see that?
It's a season-long thrill ride you don't want to miss. Be here for Canada's game.
You've got to love this.
Watch the season unfold on Sportsnet or stream it on Sportsnet Plus. Sportsnet, here for hockey.
439, Pizza Nova. 439, Pizza Nova.
Ciao, Dominic Primucci here. The big game is the perfect time for our mouth-watering oven-baked pizzas, wedges, and wings. So from our family to yours, cheer on your favorite team and taste the difference.
Pizza Nova. 439, Pizza Nova. 439, Pizza Nova.
Which internet technology is way faster than cable?
Bell Pure Fiber Internet.
Correct. Which internet technology is the most reliable?
Bell Pure Fiber Internet.
Yes. Which internet service can you get for an amazing price?
Bell Pure Fiber Internet.
Get Canada's fastest internet and Wi-Fi. Switch to Pure Fiber Internet starting from $60 a month when paired with an eligible mobility plan. Visit bell.ca/internet for more details and to check availability. Bell. Internet just got better.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Heron. Experience true luxury at Williamsburg Green in Kitchener. Heathwood's all-brick single-family homes come with a long list of features you've always dreamed of. Gourmet kitchens, freestanding tubs, and even fully finished lower levels. Dare to compare and you'll see why it's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at the half. The Raptors trailing the Pelicans 67-50 on the latest edition of Smith and Jones. Jonesy and I had a chance to chat with our friend, our colleague, former Toronto Raptor, and one of the all-time fan favorites, Alvin Williams, and we discussed the upcoming NBA trade deadline and how players simply just deal with trades and everything that goes along with getting dealt in the NBA.
What is this time like for a professional athlete in the week or even the days leading up to deadline, especially if you've kind of heard either from your own ears or from your family, your friends and whatnot, that your name is out there? What's it like mentally, let alone physically, just kind of getting through the day?
It depends on
the individual, I guess, right, and who it is, and it's something where, you know, you have certain players, you have superstar players. Like in my case, I was a rookie, so I had no clue. I was, you know, I wasn't privy to the business. I didn't really understand the business. Emotionally, it wasn't taxing for me because, again, I was a rookie, and I was just happy to be in the NBA, and I never took anything for granted. But now, you know, the business is wide open. People understand the business. It's talked about a lot. You got the trade deadline and comes up. And I think anytime you have the sideline watching and you have so much at stake and so many people watching and commenting on things, I think that brings in additional pressure. But I've seen players, you know, when that trade deadline comes, if they don't want to get traded, you know, the injuries, the phantom injuries might happen where they think they're untouchable. I mean, I've been in the case where Vince got traded and, you know, things were said and you hear one side, you don't hear both sides. So there's a lot that goes on. But from a player's perspective, there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of things that I'm sure is going through the player's mind, whether they got to pick up and move, if they have families, they have a lot. So it's not just going to another team and moving on with your career. Sometimes it works for the best, sometimes it doesn't. So it's just, unfortunately, it's part of the business, but it's just something where emotionally it's much more than just basketball and you trading teams at times. So it depends on the individual again, but it is a taxing time. And for the players, sometimes, but most of the times, it's entertainment for us on the sideline watching.
And then when you were traded from Toronto to Boston and then back to Toronto because, you know, you talked about, you know, phantom injuries and physicals and all of this kind of stuff that have to really consummate a trade. Take us through those because I'm sure they were two very, very different experiences. How did you learn about the trades? And in the second case, how did you learn that the trade was off and you were going back?
Yeah, I know I got stories for days, but my Portland, it was the craziest thing because, you know, I went from not playing. I'm sorry if you hear a bell in the background. I told you I was at a school, but I went from not playing to playing and getting some minutes when Kenny Anderson got hurt and John Crotty as well got hurt. So I was getting a lot of minutes. And, you know, we had a game against the 76ers. The day after the game, Coach Dunleavy, who was a great coach for me, he gave me so much, you know, opportunities, so many opportunities to play and grow in the game my rookie year. He pulled me to the side at practice one day and was like, hey, you got to understand in this league, you got to have two things, a coach that believes in you and an owner that will support you. And here in Portland, you have both. Next year, you're a free agent, and I know, you know, you may get an opportunity to go back home and play for your hometown team. And just want to let you know that we want you here. And, you know, he didn't assure me, but he was letting me know, giving me a vote of confidence. And we played Phoenix Suns after that, and before that, I had my career high. I had 19 points at that point. And the next day, I was traded. My agent called me. He was like, hey, you had your career high last night. You had a pretty good game last night, but you got traded today. So that was like all in that rap, all in that scenario. And it happened so fast that there was nothing to do. And that's, if you guys remember, that's when Kenny Anderson said the trade really was Kenny Anderson and Damon Stoudemire. But Kenny Anderson threatened that he was not going to show up. So I pretty much was to throw in a security blanket that the Raptors would at least have a point guard temporarily until they can make another move. And that's how that deal went. So it happened so fast.
That was a conversation that Jonesy and I had recently on the most recent edition of Smith and Jones. Again, fresh content every Thursday on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and your favorite podcast platform. Make sure you subscribe to Smith and Jones. Download, subscribe, rate, and review. When we come back, second half action with the Raptors down 67-50 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Unhibernate, a verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I am going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Protecting your home or business is your top priority. It's also ours. So Superior Door and Gate Systems create custom solutions based on what you're looking for. We specialize in perimeter fencing, automatic security gates, pedestrian security gates, even retractable bollards. Everything's done by our in-house employees, including your design, manufacturing, and 24/7 support. This ensures your installation is seamless. Superior Door and Gate Systems, because security can only be measured by what it will save you. Book your free estimate at superiorgates.ca.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Ron is a teacher helping bright minds, but this time he needed help. Alpine Credit sent a cosmic superhero with a debt consolidation loan. She conjured a magic book, Debt Consolidation 101. Lesson 1, consolidate debt into one low monthly payment. Lesson 2, nothing. It's a short book. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Think 2 minute truck, 2 minute truck.ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day, all moving day. Think 2 minute truck, 2 minute truck.ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, 2 minute truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks, so give us a call today.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Heron. Experience a new level of luxury at Williamsburg Green. Your new single-family home will have all the modern features you dream about, even a fully finished lower level. Kitchener's newest master plan community with bike trails, parks, and a new library. Williamsburg Green has it all. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second half. 67-50, the Pelicans leading the Raptors. As we get set to start this third quarter, Brandon Ingram with 21 to lead the way for the Pels, and Grady Dick Jonesy with 15 in 15 minutes. He has played well tonight.
He has, and this is the kind of the development the Raptors hoped that Grady would show. He's getting a chance. He's doing a nice job leading all scorers. 6 of 8, 3 of 4. Just adjusting to the size, speed, and strength of the NBA, and maybe it's kicking in.
Pelicans start with the ball. Ingram at the free throw line. Thad Young starting the second half. Gary Trent on the bench. We think. We have not heard any sort of health or status update on Trent. We'll see if there's anything to pass along, but at least for now, it appears as though Darko Rajakovic just making a change. That said, I'm looking at the bench right now, and I don't see Gary Trent. So we'll venture to find out if there's anything to pass along regarding the status of Trent. I'm assuming if he's not on the bench, that means something is amiss, as Pirtle gets a one-hand floater to go from just below the free throw line to get that deuce right back. 69-52, a minute gone by in the third quarter.
Wow. Bank shot. My goodness, Brandon Ingram.
And they call it a three or not?
Yeah,
yes, they did. 72-52.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown answers back, so we're going tit for tat right now, and this is similar to what we saw, Jonesy, in the second quarter. You laid it out as we headed into the half. Raptors are ripping the cords at 52% right now. Problem is, they're giving up 55%, so the 17-point hole that was dug after one quarter is still the same.
Yeah, got to get some stops. Got to get some stops.
Oh, Valanciunas just padded the stat line a little bit right there. Got, at least 2, if not 3 rebounds right under the rim, but unfortunately couldn't get the bucket to go. It's off Toronto, though, out of bounds, so Toronto will have to dig in still on defense. And I'll tell you what, JV's got to talk to the hometown stats. They only gave him 1 rebound there. He had at least 2, if not 3.
2 tips for sure, yeah.
Ingram off the inbound, drops the jumper. Or check that, it was Jones, excuse me. I thought that was Ingram, it was Jones. I apologize. And the Raptors can't answer back on a Bruce Brown jump shot from the near side. Pelicans get the rebound off that Bruce Brown miss. And back the other way we go. McCollum over to Jones, bobbled the ball. Brown tried to get there but couldn't. Jones recontrols, hands it to Ingram. Tripped up, no call. Keeps the dribble alive, goes over to McCollum, far side. Crosses up Barnes on a step-back 3 ball. McCollum gets it to go, and you're going to be seeing that one later.
Yeah, CJ, very, very adept with the dribble, the sequencing of his moves.
And we got a foul right under the tin. You could hear the screaming in the background from our courtside mics. As Scotty Barnes is going to go to the free throw line with the Raptors down 77-55. Barnes will have free throws 3 and 4 in the ball game. He's got 9 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. As Scotty knocks down the first one. Second one bounces out for Barnes. First miss of the night for the Raptors as a team. That said, they've only been to the stripe 5 times, 4 of 5. Raptors have been getting better at the line, Jonesy. If you look at their month-by-month comparison, Ingram misses the jumper near side. Offensive rebound, though, for the Pelicans. It ends up with Williamson, who's blocked by Pirtle, and the ball will stay with the Pelicans. Offensive rebounds tonight, 10-2 in favor of the Pelicans.
Really good job by Pirtle there, sitting on the left hand, knowing that Zion wanted to come back that way. And Pirtle using his right hand, which is the closer hand to Zion, for the block.
And the work ultimately pays off for the Pelicans as they get another triple from C.J. McCollum. He's got 5 tonight. And the Pelicans with their largest lead at 24. It's 80-56. Quickly to Barnes. Tons of contact. He missed it, got it back, and put it in the tin.
Oh, we got the report on Gary Trent Jr. Lower back tightness will not return. Easy, you trade conspiracy people.
Ingram over to Jones on the near side to Valanciunas on the block. JV turns, fires, off glass, misses. Got hit in the chops by Scotty Barnes. JV again staring at the officials. He's been taking a beating tonight. Quickly cut off down on the block far side. Kicks it out to Barnes, to Pirtle in the paint, throws it up. Fouled by Valanciunas, and Yak is going to the free throw line.
Good job by Pirtle to use the dribble to eat up the space that was created when Valanciunas decided he was just going to back off.
And unfortunately, Pirtle
and again
misses again at the stripe, and we talked about this in our little pregame chat.
Yeah, you know, and his technique is not that bad. It's not like he's got terrible form. It's passable. It's acceptable. It's also a confidence thing too. Why he's only making him at such a low percentage.
And they missed the second one as well, so 0 of 2 at the stripe. The Raptors have now missed 3 straight at the line. McCollum, good look at a 3, far side, too strong back rim. Williamson in traffic, couldn't squeeze. Raptors come away from the fray. Brown to quickly to, I almost said Valanciunas. Jakob Pirtle with the 2-hand dunk. That used to be JV coming down Main Street with the 2-hand flush.
Yak has been very active. I mean, he's come back. The first game back, it was kind of sketchy against Houston. Didn't have his legs, but he was really good last night with a monster double-double, and he's been good tonight so far with 14 and 8.
McCollum drives into the paint. The running floater left it off the front of the rim. Pirtle with the rebound ahead to quickly. Yak 1 rebound shy of the double-double. Scotty got into traffic, Euro step, but it goes off the Pelicans out of bounds, and the Raptors will keep the ball. Inbounding from the baseline with 7:30 to go in the third quarter.
I like the Raptors playing at that pace, though. I like the speed, the push, trying to get some easy ones against this New Orleans defense.
Fast break hasn't really been there for either side tonight. 6-2 for the Raptors. 80-60. And on the inbound, what are they calling?
I think they're saying that quickly stepped on either the baseline or the sideline receiving the inbound.
All right. I didn't see it from any angle that we were on here.
Neither did I. Darko asking the people that man the video equipment, what's going on? Do I need to challenge that?
Well, turnover for the Raptors. They're 8th. So here come the Pelicans with a 20-point lead, 80-60. 7:25 to go in the third. Across center comes Jones. Jones to Williamson. Zion holding it just above the free throw line. Whips a pass over far sideline to JV. To Ingram. Valanciunas frees himself on the wing, but Ingram instead bounces a pass all the way into the near corner, and the triple goes. That can't happen, Jonesy. There was no mustard on that pass. It was a good pass. It was sneaky, but the Raptors have got to wake up on that, no?
If you're covering down on the baseline, you have to be aware of that, especially with the propensity to find guys in the corner these days for shorter threes.
Schroeder, far side, driving into the paint, spins, bounce pass, nice look to Quickly in the near corner, sets the feed and drops the three. Pretty play by the Raptors.
Yeah, get the three right back in the corner.
Ingram straight away, hounded by Bruce Brown. Over to McCollum, above the arc, well above the arc, out on the far side. On a switch picked up by Thad Young. They're trying to go to Williamson, and they do on the switch with Schroeder. Cross court over to Ingram. Into the paint, near elbow, running floater as the shot clock wound down. No good for Ingram, and the Raptors will get it as Valanciunas couldn't squeeze. It's off his fingertips, out of bounds, and Toronto will step into a timeout, down 20 with 6:17 to go in the third.
Really good challenge by Bruce Brown on that last three or that last drive by Ingram.
All right, so the Raptors down 83-63. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
You've heard that sound before. A basketball going off the backboard and in. A bank shot. Well, that's actually the sound of a fan winning a Raptors jersey. That's the sound of a fan getting a signed Raptors basketball. And that's a fan scoring tickets to the NBA Finals. With the Tangerine Bank Shot contest, every bank shot the Raptors score this season wins a fan a prize. Enter for a chance to win at tangerine.ca/bankshot. Tangerine, that's forward banking.
When you're looking to play, Bet Rivers will make your day. Take a chance, you'll see. You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot. It's where you want to be.
Bet Rivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
Being an internet company, we know you have a lot of questions.
What's Telmax? What's fiber optic? How do I turn it on?
Let's clear things up. Telmax is a local internet company. Telmax offers 100% pure fiber internet to your home. Telmax has been ranked as the fastest internet service in Canada by PC Mag for 2 years in a row. It's that fast. Curious? We'll answer your questions. Buy your internet, TV, and phone services online at telmax.com. Telmax, connecting communities to the world around us.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Third quarter, 6:17 to play. Raptors down 83-63. Paul Jones, Eric Smith with you. Thanks for tuning in on a Monday night. And Jonesy, a week from tonight, we will know who the winner of the Super Bowl is. Big game coming up on Sunday. Niners and Chiefs. Who you got?
I got Mahomes. I just finished watching the series. I think you were talking about it, the Netflix series Quarterback.
Yep. Outstanding, right?
Outstanding. And I love the way they followed all three of those guys. And here's the thing. Mahomes is entering that realm kind of like Jordan, like Kobe, one of those guys. You just find it hard to bet against him, don't you? He just seems to find a way.
You're asking the wrong guy, Jonesy.
I know. Hey, listen, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller. There's a lot of dudes. Karl Malone, John Stockton. There's a lot of dudes. Clyde Drexler with no rings because that dude Jordan has them all.
Yeah, thanks. Raptors just turned it over off the inbound. Down the floor come the Pelicans. And a big two-hand flush for Jones pushes the lead to 22. Raptors got into the lane, but Schroeder gave up the ball. And the Raptors have given up 17 points off turnovers tonight. Grady Dick near sideline. Air ball on a three. He's been solid tonight, but couldn't come up with that one. It was on line, but he just left it short. Ingram, left to right. McCollum three ball is good, and the Pelicans are rolling. A 25-point lead and a very quick whistle on the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic.
Got to do something to try and slow it down, but listen, you know, my late father used to say in Latin, and the English translation is, people that are square don't die round. And the Raptors defense has been one way all night. Like it's, you know, the die has been cast. I mean, both teams shooting 51%, actually New Orleans 51.5, but they've made 6 more threes. There's 18 points right there. And
8 more field goals overall.
Yeah, you know, 17-4 points off turnovers. They're just, live ball turnovers will kill you too, and that's what's really hurting Toronto.
All right, Jonesy, let's keep it here because I wanted to mention something else, and this might be a time to do so, especially, unfortunately, with the Raptors trailing by 25 points. And this is kind of poetic or prophetic in a sense, talking about 25. 25 years ago today, Vince Carter made his debut in the NBA in his rookie season. And people are talking about, what are you talking about? Lockout shortened season, 50-game season. Vince made his debut tonight. We were talking earlier about the potential of retiring or at least honoring Vince's jersey, given the fact that we truly believe he's going to be named as a Hall of Famer next week during All-Star Weekend with the festivities coming up in August. But another former Toronto Raptor, and I say this with all due respect, clearly not of the same caliber in terms of making the impact that Vince Carter did, but still part of the history, part of the brethren. A former Toronto Raptor unfortunately died suddenly on the weekend in Earl Cureton.
Yeah, Earl was a guy. I was on the original radio broadcast for 2 years and then moved to TV. And Earl came in behind me, and he was one of Isaiah Thomas's guys. He won a championship with him in Detroit. He also won a championship in Philadelphia. And Toro, as we knew him, was just a guy who was full of life, always had a smile for you, always had a handshake. Just a great guy to be around. And there's nothing, I haven't seen anything official. I talked to somebody in Detroit this morning who thought it might have been a heart attack, but man, it just makes you aware of your own mortality. 66 years old and gone suddenly. And that one's really tough to take.
And we pass along our condolences, our best wishes to the family and friends of, again, former Toronto Raptor Earl Cureton. Back to the action in New Orleans as the Raptors trail 88-63. It's the largest lead of the night for the Pelicans, up 25 as the Raptors come out of the timeout with Brown, Quickly, Young, Schroeder, and Dick. Jonesy, we can continue to have some conversations as the game goes on. Obviously, folks, we're going to bring you the play-by-play, but until the Raptors kind of make another run and put themselves back in the mix, we might have the freedom to get into a few more conversations as McCollum forces a turnover, goes down the floor, gets the bucket, and pushes the lead to 27. How much of the rotation and the decisions regarding personnel do you think right now is fueled by, or at least heavily influenced by, Thursday's deadline? And I ask that because in a game like this, where the Raptors are down, and down big, trailing by 27, as Grady Dick gets a look at an open three ball and misses, but Thad Young cleans it up and is fouled, and Young's going to go to the line. We have not seen Jalen McDaniels or Chris Boucher. Now, I don't know that either one are going to make a big difference in being down 27. With due respect to McDaniels, Boucher was a regular key piece and a key cog for quite a while, and especially with Jonte Porter out of the lineup. He's got his own back issues. You're already down a big. You're playing with really only one big man in Jakob Poeltl, and Boucher's not seeing the floor. So is this trying to showcase other guys potentially, or what do you think is happening?
I don't know if it may be showcasing, Eric. It could also be the developmental side of things kicking in. You know, as we see more time for, Grady Dick. We're seeing, Jordan Nwora didn't play last night, but he's going to have probably 15 to 20 minutes tonight.
But Thad Young's still out there.
Well, you're trying to not just give the time away, but make guys responsible with their playing time. And playing with veterans will do that for you. I mean, Schroeder's still playing a lot too, but Quickly's the guy handling the ball a lot.
And the other thing I'll add, just in case it's not clear, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm merely asking if it's happening. I could completely understand if the Raptors were trying to showcase certain guys with the deadline coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, you can. Look, the best thing to do, we heard Alvin Williams talk about it at halftime, is just get out there, do your job. Play as best you can, do your job.
Murphy missed a 3 for the Pelicans. Raptors come down the floor, driving to the tin on the far side, missing with a left hand. He put it too strong off the backboard. That was Dennis Schroeder. And away come the Pelicans. McCollum spinning in the lane, lost the handle. Nope, they're going to say the Raptors knocked it away. I thought he lost the handle. Immediately, Bruce Brown saying, no chance. I didn't touch that thing. That was deflected and knocked by McCollum himself. And now Brown looking at his bench saying, challenge that thing. And Darko's going to do just that.
Yeah, good job by Darko. Sometimes you listen to your vets when they call something like that. And we get a look at the replay. It did hit a hand after the spin. We'll take a look at whose it was.
90-64, Raptors down by 26 with 3:48 to go in the third on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Valentine's Day is more than a moment, more than a meal or a single romantic gesture. It's an opportunity to celebrate each other. This Valentine's Day, gift your loved one a getaway for two at Thermea Spa Village Whitby. Celebrate with a restorative spa experience that reverberates beyond the moment. Discover the new alone time together. Visit thermea.com/Whitby to book your getaway or purchase a gift certificate. Take good care.
Does your furnace have a habit of breaking down as soon as it gets cold outside? And your plans for a relaxing night at home turn cold, along with your toes? Not good. Luckily, a highly trained licensed Intercare technician can get your furnace fixed fast. And what we quote is what you pay. So don't get left out in the cold. And right now, get a free diagnostic checkup, a $99 value. Get your furnace fixed right with Intercare. Terms and conditions apply. Give your home more at intercare.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 90-64, Raptors trailing the Pelicans with 3:48 to go in the third quarter. Still awaiting official word. We'll try and go courtside and get that official word from the referees, from either Tiven or Sago. I believe it'll be Tiven to give word when it finally comes down from the top. Raptors anxiously awaiting word. Still shooting a decent percentage at 48%, but it has dipped this quarter, and the Pelicans still rolling along at 51.5.
Outscored by 18 points from behind the arc and 15 points off turnovers.
Raptors giving up 19 points off turnovers tonight, 19-4. There's that 15-point differential that Jones is speaking of. Points in the paint, all but dead even at 32-30 in favor of the Pelicans. And offensive rebounds, 15-8 in favor, of New Orleans. Raptors had the lead at 2 on the opening bucket of the game, and since then it's been all New Orleans as they led by 17 after 1. Had the lead as high as 27. It currently sits at 26, and here comes the word from Josh Tiven right now.
Upon review, there's no clear and conclusive evidence to overturn the call on the floor, and the ruling on the floor stands as New Orleans basketball. As a result, Toronto loses this timeout, and they lose the ability to challenge further in the game.
Bruce Brown leaning back on the bench, pointing over his shoulder with his right shoulder with his right thumb, saying, our guys got it. Our guys got an iPad too. And Darko walking down the bench saying, what's going on? Shaking his head. No clear and conclusive evidence. It hit a hand. We could see that. All you have to do is find out who that hand belongs to. It's terrible when you have technology and you still can't get it right.
I agree with you. Wara grabs the rebound off the miss from Daniels, so the Raptors at least come away with the ball, and the review doesn't hurt them. Barnes out to Schroeder, over to Wara, too strong on a three, and the rebound to the Pelicans. Raptors have dipped down to 47% now, trailing by 26 with just over 3 minutes to go in the third. Three ball, Ingram, good, and he's got 29 points on 12 of 16 shooting.
That's pretty good. 16 shots, 29 points.
Grady Dick, far corner inside the arc, at the free throw line, goes to Yak. Tried to muscle his way past Nance, fought off a shot but missed, and then Nance rips the rebound away from Pirtle. Nance in the backcourt, hounded by Barnes and Dick, and Ingram just got across center, pulls up for a three, and buries it. You got to be kidding me.
Brandon Ingram has got it going tonight. And if you're the Raptors, you got to try and take the ball out of his hands. I mean, this thing is out of control right now.
Backdoor cut. Wara catches the pass, kicks it back out on the wing. It's Grady Dick, misses the three ball. Grady was hot in the first half, but he hasn't found anything here in the second.
The challenge there actually had Grady change his shooting technique. He looked like there was a big elbow hinge in that one.
Alvarado over to Ingram. Ingram back to Alvarado on the far wing. Drives into the painted area. Kicks the pass to Daniels. Back over to Ingram. Waits for Barnes. Sets the feet. Triple up and in. It's his 6th three of the game. He's got 35. And the Pelicans have torn this thing open, folks. They lead by 35. 1:40 to go in the third. Barnes to Dick, near side, brings it along the baseline. Bounce pass, far corner, Schroeder. Up fake, up top, Barnes. Free ball, Scotty gets three back, but the Raptors have a long way to go.
Nice ball movement there in that sequence, though. I'll give the Raptors credit. And Scotty stepping into it with confidence and conviction.
99-67 with 1:15 to go in the third. Ingram backs up. Sets the feet. Triple is good. 38 now for Ingram.
Well, he's got the Smoothie King center going. I mean,
that jumper's looking smoothie right now.
Last week, 5 guys had 40 or more for the week, and Brandon Ingram looks like he's going to start it off this week with a 40-piece.
Brandon Ingram on the season shoots 35% from distance. He's 7 of 9 from long range tonight. With the Pelicans leading again by 35. Ingram's still on the floor, but I got to think he might not be there in the fourth, so he's going to probably fill up as much as he can in the final 49 seconds. He's going to touch the ball again here, you got to think. Grady Dick just got a layup to go. He's got 17 off the bench. Alvarado with it. Yep, over to Ingram. 3 ball, near wing. Is good. 41.
The people in New Orleans are being entertained. They are seeing a show from Brandon Ingram. He's got a huge smile on his face. I think if you're the Raptors, you got to find some pride and try to stop this guy.
Barnes got to the 10, was held up, no call. And then as the Raptors battle for the rebound, a whistle finally comes in. 105-69 with 23.9 seconds to play. And I'll tell you what, Jonesy, I don't need to tell you this. You played at a high level, collegiately and for the country and everything else. Don't tell me that momentum doesn't mean anything, or that a player, quote-unquote, feeling it or getting in a groove isn't a real thing. Brandon Ingram is feeling it right now. He's in the groove. He's riding a wave. He's riding the momentum. You name it, however you want to describe it. It's something you can't put your finger on, but he's got it right now.
Yeah, his confidence supreme right now. Just feeling like he's in the gym by himself, maybe at a Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon pickup run. And not a care in the world. Doesn't matter. It's the best league in the world with the best players in the world. He's just having fun right now.
105-71. Scotty Barnes just got a couple of free throws to go. Alvarado brings it across center. He's going to milk the clock down, and I guarantee he'll give it to Ingram to close the quarter. Alvarado working on Wara. Wara in front of him. Alvarado, clock down to 5. Hands to Ingram at center court. And on the handoff, Wara got in there, tried to knock it away from Ingram, and we've got a foul going against Jordan Wara.
I can respect that from Jordan, jumping out, saying, no, we're not giving you any more. You're going to have to work for it.
Yeah, we don't want you to have the chance for the buzzer beater. But the Pelicans still do have 3.5 seconds to go. They will inbound on the far sideline. Daniels to do the honors. Ingram can't get it this time. Yes, he will. Nance catches, gives it to Ingram, and his shot is blocked at the buzzer. So the Raptors trying to show a little pride there at the end, not allowing Ingram to get that one off, as Schroeder is the one credited for the block with the contest kind of from the side, maybe even the rear, as he just stepped in to try and help out. And Ingram will head to the bench, 16 of 21 through 3 quarters, 41 points, and I got to imagine we don't see him in the fourth, with the Pelicans leading 105-71 going to the final frame on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sandra and Kabir are celebrating 50 years of marriage by turning their boring bedroom into a spicy one. Oh my. Alpine Credit sent a super strength hero to help with a home renovation loan. New floors, windows, a heart-shaped button that plays this tune. Okay, I think that's quite enough. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. District license 12616.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to uncommon winter confidence.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 105-71. Raptors down big to the Pelicans. A 34-point lead. It got as high as 36. And we get set to start the fourth quarter. Garrett Temple coming into the ballgame for the Raptors. It'll be his first action of the evening, so he'll get a chance to play in front of his father, which no doubt he's done many times over the course of his career. He'll be on the floor with McDaniels and Boucher, Jonesy, so it's like somebody's dialed into our Fan 590 broadcast, along with Wara and Dick.
Looking for any kind of energy, right?
Yep.
And you've showcased the other guys, tried to give them some time, development or not, just hasn't happened. Put some guys in there that are willing.
Valanciunas couldn't squeeze, but did get the rebound and tapped it over to Murphy, who gave it to Alvarado and across center. Come the Pelicans. Marshall has it now straight away. Marshall calling for a screen. Instead, he lobs the pass over to Valanciunas on the near side. JV trying to back down on Boucher. Goes back up top. Alvarado wide open triple. No good, but Marshall gets the offensive rebound. Pulls it back out on the wing far side. Now he lobs it back to Valanciunas. JV to a cutting Marshall. Went right, spins left, passes out to Alvarado, dribbles in to the near elbow, and drops down the jumper. And the Pelicans lead 107-71, matching their largest lead at 36.
Alvarado walked into that one. There was nobody close to him.
Boucher with a beautiful bounce pass to Grady Dick, who blows the layup. He was wide open, and he left it short. Like, you got to hit that shot, period.
Got to make that, yeah.
Valanciunas with the tip and the bucket. 109-71, Pelicans leading. The lead grows to 38. JV tonight I don't think they've credited him with his rebound and bucket yet, so I'll wait his stat update. And I can update you, though, on a 3-ball from Chris Boucher as he rips the cords on a 3. 109-74. 10:15 to go in the ball game. Alvarado to Valanciunas. JV. Handoff pass on the perimeter to Marshall. Cross-court gives it back up. And the 3-ball missed by Murphy. Raptors rebound, and here they come. Running the lane far side, it's McDaniels. McDaniels, little jackknife pass to Garrett Temple. Sidestep, 3-ball, far corner, no good. Crashing to the tin and guiding it back in is Jordan Nwora.
Yeah, Jordan always plays with a lot of energy. He's, you got Boucher, another guy like that out there.
Valanciunas to Murphy. Murphy goes back to JV, right under the tin, catches, fouled, and it'll be a sideline out of bounds for the Pelicans with Nwora taking the foul.
Good to see, like I said, guys like Nwora not treating this like garbage time, really. Just, out there playing and kind of giving everything they have because, yeah, it's developmental time, but it's also time that they can show the coach that they're responsible with their minutes and are trying to do good things from a team standpoint.
Alvarado got into the lane, was looking for Valanciunas. Missed it, turned it over, and the Raptors just coughed it up on the inbound. Daniels cuts to the tin and dunks it down on a pretty one-hand flush. He found a second gear or a second level midair on a one-hand pump. 111-76. Grady Dick into the lane, over the shoulder pass to Brown, cuts to the tin, jackknife, left-hand finish, scoop shot is good.
Really nice finish by Bruce Brown.
111-78. Alvarado across center. Up top to Marshall. Marshall going to take a 3-ball. Missed it. JV rebound missed. Second one missed. And that one no good as well. So again, a little stat patter for Valanciunas, but he couldn't get either to go. 6 points, 9 rebounds in the game. Alvarado just got a steal. Here come the Pelicans. He sets the feet, drops the triple. Who needs teammates? Alvarado did it all himself.
Yeah, interesting the way the game has changed. He had a quasi breakaway layup, veered out to the 3-point line, and decided to shoot the 3.
114-78. Raptors just turned it over again. Marshall behind the back to Valanciunas, and he's hung up by Brown. He was looking to throw down a big-time dunk, and Brown took the foul to send JV to the stripe. Raptors with 13 turnovers. They've coughed up 24 points off turnovers. And Toronto in a world of hurt right now, trailing 114-78. Jonesy, this is not what you wanted to see after what happened last night in double overtime.
A little disappointed. They had a tough game in Houston, bounced back yesterday, and got to believe that they were in late. New Orleans hadn't played, just sitting there waiting for him, and they came out and jumped on him early.
We'll step aside for the break with 8:24 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Take a chance, you'll see. You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot.
It's where you want to be. BetRivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
Ontario is building up our nursing workforce. Since 2018, over 80,000 new nurses have registered to work in Ontario. Last year, we added a record 17,000 new nurses with another 30,000 nursing students in school. We're investing millions in new programs that pay for nurses' education and breaking down barriers so they can get to work sooner. Learn more at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Fourth quarter, 8:24 to go. Raptors down 114-78. And let's check the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bet Rivers. Lakers beat the Hornets 124-118. Raptors will see the Hornets in their next game coming up on Wednesday. Sacramento losing by 26 in Cleveland. Cavs win 136-110. Philadelphia at home dropping one to the Mavericks 118-102. It's about to go final in Atlanta. Well, I shouldn't say about. 57 seconds to play, and it's only a 6-point game, so maybe the Hawks can still fight back, trailing by 6. Golden State in Brooklyn leading by 7 with 3 minutes to go. And this, the final game of the night, with the Pelicans on top of the Raptors. 115-78 as Valanciunas knocks down the first free throw.
You know what's impressed me about the Clippers? They can win every which way. They had a bump and grind, slow it down, one-tile special against Miami. And then tonight they're sitting on 145 against Atlanta. You want to run? We'll run. You want to play slow? We'll play slow. How do you want your loss? You want it your way? Okay, just tell us.
Sounded like you at Club 54 back in the day, Jonesy. Studio 54. A bump and grind one-tile special. Don't move from your spot on the floor. Triple no good for Garrett Temple on the wing near side. Valanciunas with the rebound, pushes ahead to Alvarado. To Murphy in the near corner to Daniels. Daniels back on the perimeter to Alvarado. 3-ball no good. Rebound to Grady Dick. Raptors bust out on the fast break. 3-on-2. And a pull-up triple from McDaniels. No good. And Toronto.
Welcome to the modern day NBA. Give up a layup for an open 3. 3-on-2, 2-on-1. That's got to be a score. It's got to be a layup.
Valanciunas in the heart of the lane to Daniels. Out to Marshall to Alvarado on the wing far side. 3-ball no good. Cleaned up by Valanciunas. Put back in the tin. And JV's got the double-double now. 10 points, 12 rebounds. 118-78. The Pelicans lead the Raptors by 30 with 7:26 to go, and I believe Valanciunas is checking out. Yes, indeed. He got the double-double, and I'm sure he's sitting down for the rest of the night with this 30-point advantage. Brown calling for a screen. Nobody comes, but he gives the pass to Boucher, who just got his pocket picked from behind as Daniels gives it up to Marshall, who dunks it down. Raptors have coughed up 28 points off turnovers, and they trail 120-78. Quickly back. Toronto gets the deuce back on Garrett Temple's layup. Nice find from Wara. Wara was above the arc, found the cutter to Temple, who laid it in. 120-80. Raptors down by 40. Marshall driving on the far side, got toward the baseline, blew a tire. He thought he was fouled, wanted the call, didn't get it. Here comes Chris Boucher. Boucher over to Wara, near sideline. Back to Boucher in the heart of the lane, dunks it down on a two-hand flush.
Great job by Jordan Wara. Really not kind of, again, that says something to me. It's not kind of, oh, let me get mine. He made the right pass. That's the right play.
.120-82, 6:23 to go, and Alvarado just blew a tire out toward the far sideline. I don't know if he found a wet spot or what. Nope, they're actually going to call a foul now. It looked like he just kind of fell to the floor. McDaniel's going to be whistled for the foul, so it will stay with the Pelicans. 14, a fresh 14 for the Pels as they throw it in. Murphy gets it to Alvarado. Alvarado trying to shake free from Bruce Brown. Shot clock down to 9. Now on a switch picked up by Temple. Alvarado through traffic, hands it off to Marshall, gets toward the 10, blocked by Boucher, picked up in the far corner by McDaniels, who fires ahead to Brown.
That was good defense. Brown, Temple out top, and then the defense at the rim by Boucher.
McDaniels in the lane, faked the pass, and a slow, long stride Euro step, gets it to go as it crawls over the front of the rim. 120-84, 5:50 to go in the ball game. Marshall over to Alvarado near elbow. Marshall gets into the lane, spins. I thought he walked, and they give it up to Murphy on a two-hand flush. Oh, he absolutely walked.
Yeah, sure looked like it.
Got the quick replay, no doubt about that one. Either way, it wouldn't matter with the Raptors trailing by 38. Wara in the paint, lost the handle, stripped away. But the Raptors get it right back, and Wara flushes it down. Nice job of not quitting on things after committing the turnover.
What's the over-under on the number of times the referees are going to blow the whistle in the last 5 minutes?
All right, let's have because that's all we do, Jonesy. Friendly wagers. Keep it safe here. 5.
5?
5.5.
5. You got to put the 0.5 in
yeah,
there, right?
5.5 whistles, over or under.
I'm taking the under.
All right. Just for fun, I'll take the over. Sidestep, 3-ball, no good, back rim. It wouldn't go for Hawkins, but the Pelicans get the offensive rebound, work it to Alvarado in the near corner. He misses, and the Raptors get away with the rebound this time as Boucher spins away from traffic, but doesn't push it ahead. Tried to pass off now to Temple on the wing far side, and we've got one whistle as it's out of bounds, and the Raptors will get set to toss it in with 4:32 to go.
You know, Chris has got to push that ball up. I love the defense. I love the effort. It was pretty good rebounding, but use the hit-ahead pass. Push it up.
122-86. 4:30 to go. Zeller. Into the ball game for the Pelicans. Hawkins over to Alvarado. Alvarado driving into the paint, scoops it up high off glass and gets it to go.
Tough shot by the youngster.
And then they steal the inbound pass, but Marshall misses on a monster one-hander. The Raptors have been sloppy with the ball tonight, Jonesy, on the inbound. They've had their pocket picked in the backcourt 3 times.
Well, the live ball turnovers are what kill you because, and most of them that way. Toronto's had 16 turnovers tonight, giving up 28 points. That's almost 2 points every time you give it up. I mean, coaches can sometimes live with 1 point per turnover, but 28-6 points off turnovers, 10 more 3-point shots made. There's 49 points right there.
124-88 after Boucher gets the free throws to go. Chris off the bench in 8 minutes with 7 points, 3 rebounds. And at the rim, a driving Marshall is fouled, so he will head to the stripe for the Pelicans as Wara is whistled for the foul. Check that. It's going to go on McDaniels. They were both there, so take your pick. McDaniels with his second foul. Jonesy, I just said a moment ago, and listen, it's mop-up time. It's late game. It's, a blowout game, etc. But Chris Boucher was 7 points and 3 rebounds in 8 minutes. This is a guy that hasn't seen the floor for 2 straight games, and it didn't look like he was going to play at all tonight again.
Oh, that's Chris, though. Listen, say what you want. He always stays ready, always plays with great energy, and is not afraid when he's out there. He just isn't.
Driving, far side, missing the layup. Garrett Temple, and a late whistle is going to come in and bail out Temple and head to the free throw line. I don't even think Temple thought there was a whistle coming. He looked pretty dead after missing that layup, but he's going to get a chance to earn it at the stripe.
Yeah, he thought that he probably should have dunked it. You saw him walking away there, turning his right wrist over.
And the first free throw, no good for Garrett Temple.
Still got to be fun for him being back in Louisiana, an LSU guy. His dad in the stands. Not the kind of game he wanted to have his team involved in, but personal and professional pride takes over at this point.
Out on the far side, elevating for a jumper inside the arc and getting it to go. Hawkins with his first bucket of the game. 128-89. 3:10 to go. Boucher straight away. Zeller in front of him. Chris going to keep it himself. Misses on a 3-ball. Back rim tracked down by Temple, but it's taken away by Daniels down the floor to Zeller, and he blows the layup. Maybe his mask was fogged up. Boucher to Dick to Temple. On the near side, Garrett goes up top. McDaniels down Main Street. Left-hander, no good. Boucher grabs it and puts it back in the tin. He's got 9 in 9 minutes.
Chris doing his thing.
And right back quickly down the floor. The Pelicans push it and get Marshall to get it to go on a layup. Grady Dick was on his backside, on his back, literally right under the tin. Wara driving on the baseline near side, missed the dunk. It's grabbed though in the near corner by McDaniels, who misses a 3 ball. And back the other way we go with the Raptors trailing by 39 with 2:10 to play. Marshall with a little no-look pass to a cutting Zeller down Main Street for the dunk. And every Pelican has scored tonight. And another backcourt turnover for the Raptors.
Well, Jose Alvarado with his signature move. When there's a basket happening, he runs into the corner, and it's even better for him when he's doing it on the same side as a team bench. It looks like he's over on the bench and then kind of sneaks in on the inbound or sneaks up behind the ball handler.
Wara missing at the tin. Back the other way come the Pelicans. Hawkins has it. Driving on the far side to the tin and dunking it down. 136-91. The Raptors are getting blown out, to say the least, as Grady Dick gets a 3 back for the Raptors. Jonesy, I don't say this lightly. It's been a rough go this season for the Raptors, no doubt. 15 games below 500. I know they already had a very rough outing on this road trip against Houston. I would argue this is the roughest we've seen this season. And the reason, I think, is because of how they're losing this game, how they're closing this game, and is it too extreme to say that they're being embarrassed right now?
Well, they are, and some of it comes from a defeated spirit, I would say. Right now, they gave so much yesterday, only to let that one drop in double overtime, and it was about the bounce back tonight. I just didn't think they had it.
Raptors.
I mean, you could see it early on when New Orleans jumped in front of them.
Raptors trailing 136-94 with 1:19 to go on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I just helped Tom with a business loan. He needed to soup up his mechanic shop. Not to brag, but I once modified a car to match my ultra speed. It went so fast, it broke the speed of sound. At least no one was inside. I hope no one was inside. I guess I'll just stick to approving business loans.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Score with Pizzaville. Order Morgan Riley's favorite, the Riley Big Pickup Special. 18-inch extra large one-topping pizza for only $19.99. Make it even better. Add 12 wings for $12.73. Order online at pizzaville.ca or call 416-736-3636.
Excuse me, miss. If I say Contrave, C-O-N-T-R-A-V-E, Contrave, do you know what it is? Of course I do. And I know how to get my tablets at no cost. Oh, you know that.
Ask your doctor about Contrave and learn how to receive Contrave tablets at no cost.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 1:19 to play. The Raptors down 136-94. And every Pelican that has seen the floor tonight has scored. For the Raptors, we could have said the same if not for the fact that Dennis Schroeder went scoreless in 17 minutes of action. Grady Dick, perhaps the story for Toronto tonight, albeit in a blowout loss, 20 points in 29 minutes on 8 of 15 shooting, including 4 of 8 from distance. But for the Pelicans, 41 points from Brandon Ingram tonight. He was 16 of 21. And we've got 6 players in double figures for the Pelicans. Former Raptor Jonas Valanciunas with the double-double of 10 points, 12 rebounds in only 20 minutes of action.
New Orleans took it at them. There's no other way to put it. They came right to Toronto. A little bit undermanned. No R.J. Barrett tonight. But, boy, New Orleans was hungry. Gary Trent Jr. out in the second half, and they just went right at Toronto. Toronto scored the first bucket. New Orleans reeled off 8, 10, 12 after that, and it was all downhill from there.
McDaniels just blew a layup right under the tin. I mean, right under the tin, folks. A scoop shot with nobody around him, and it rolled off the rim. Pelicans with the rebound come back the other way. Marshall, corner three ball in front of his own bench, no good. Boucher comes away with the rebound, battled Zeller to get that one. Wara, far corner. Grady Dick three ball is good. Grady with 5 triples tonight.
It's a career high for Grady. He won't remember it because people won't remember it, may not remember it because of the game, but 23 for Grady.
Raptors just get a steal. Garrett Temple comes away with it down the floor. And the old Wiley vet throws down a one-hand dunk. Raptors down 138-98. And now a violation on the inbound. Yeah, Marshall did not get both feet on the baseline. He had one foot still in play.
Yeah, his left foot was still in play, and all he had to do was hold it up and not be lazy with it. But Toronto going to avoid the record book with the last couple of baskets. Takes me back to a time that I kind of was hoping not to remember, Eric, in the inaugural season, 1995-96, when Ewing, Oakley, Anthony Mason, John Starks et al. Defeated the Toronto Raptors by 46. Not there tonight, thank goodness.
And the Pelicans bring the ball across center court and dribble out the clock as they blow out the Raptors 138-100. So the Raptors started this road trip with promise, Jonesy. They lost a squeaker essentially at the buzzer. It came down to the final shot, a 1-point loss to the Atlanta Hawks. They go to Chicago and beat the Bulls to only get blown out by the Rockets, bounce back with a heck of an effort last night, going up 23 against the top team in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder, eventually, unfortunately, losing in double overtime, and then come back with now their second blowout loss of this road trip. And this one was, well, to be frank, folks, real ugly, losing by 38 to the Pelicans.
Yeah, let's see if they've got a bounce back in them. Tough, emotional loss last night. Didn't have it tonight. Good thing about the NBA, there's a new game coming up very quickly. 2 nights from now, they'll be in Charlotte.
We'll step aside for the break, come back with the final stats, then get you set for Raptors Reaction, our post-game coverage, as Toronto loses 138-100 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, the fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
He was also caught stealing twice in the ALCS against the Baltimore Orioles. Washington got into 13 more games in the 1975 season before being released by the A's. His career line shows 105 games played over 2 seasons, where he stole 31 bases and was caught 17 times. Herb Washington scored 33 runs for the Oakland A's, all without a single plate appearance. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Monday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the EPL, 3 p.m., Brentford faces Manchester City on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 157. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Sacramento Kings. Cavaliers on Sirius 139, XM 214, and Internet 885. Kings on Internet 905. 7 p.m., Philadelphia 76ers face the Dallas Mavericks. 76ers on Sirius 137, XM 212, and Internet 902. Mavericks on Internet 886. 7 p.m., Charlotte Hornets face the LA Lakers. Hornets on Sirius 138, XM 213, and Internet 883. Lakers on Internet 893. 7:30 p.m., Atlanta Hawks face the LA Clippers. Hawks on Sirius 160, XM 215, and Internet 880. Clippers on Internet 892. 7:30 p.m., Brooklyn Nets face the Golden State Warriors. Nets on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 882. Warriors on Internet 889. 8 p.m., New Orleans Pelicans taking the Toronto Raptors. Pelicans on Sirius XM channels 167 Internet 898, Raptors on Internet 907. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 7 p.m., Virginia takes on Miami. Virginia feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84, Miami on XM 380, Internet 970. 9 p.m., Kansas State faces Kansas. Kansas State feed on XM and Internet 375, Kansas on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Toronto Maple Leafs take on the New York Islanders. Maple Leafs on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 947, Islanders on Internet 938. 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Colorado Avalanche. Rangers on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 939, Avalanche on Internet 927. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 7 p.m., NC State takes on Louisville on Sirius 161, XM 193, and Internet 955. 7 p.m., Vanderbilt takes on Alabama on XM and Internet 374. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Monday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the EPL, 3 p.m., Brentford faces Manchester City on SiriusXM and Internet channels 157. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Sacramento Kings. Cavaliers on Sirius 139, XM 214, and Internet 885. Kings on Internet 905. 7 p.m., Philadelphia 76ers face the Dallas Mavericks. 76ers on Sirius 137, XM 212, and Internet 902. Mavericks on Internet 886. 7 p.m., Charlotte Hornets face the LA Lakers. Hornets on Sirius 138, XM 213, and Internet 883. Lakers on Internet 893. 7:30 p.m., Atlanta Hawks face the LA Clippers. Hawks on Sirius 160, XM 215, and Internet 880. Clippers on Internet 892. 7:30 p.m., Brooklyn Nets face the Golden State Warriors. Nets on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 882. Warriors on Internet 889. 8 p.m., New Orleans Pelicans take on the Toronto Raptors. Pelicans on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 898. Raptors on Internet 907. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 7 p.m., Virginia takes on Miami. Virginia feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Miami on XM 380, Internet 970. 9 p.m., Kansas State faces Kansas. Kansas State feed on XM and Internet 375, Kansas on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Toronto Maple Leafs take on the New York Islanders. Maple Leafs on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 947, Islanders on Internet 938. 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Colorado Avalanche. Rangers on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 939. Avalanche on Internet 927. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 7 p.m., NC State takes on Louisville on Sirius 161, XM 193, and Internet 955. 7 p.m., Vanderbilt takes on Alabama on XM and Internet 374. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Monday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM, Channel 89.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. Teemu Selanne is one of hockey's all-time greats. He played till he was 43, and over the 21 NHL seasons, he was a point-per-game player. Among his accomplishments, he was a 10-time All-Star, a Rocket Richard Trophy winner, a Stanley Cup champion, and he won the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year in 92-93, and what a season that was. He was 22. He was